Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second annual MRL Clash at Daytona. I am very excited about this because we have 8 of the league's best qualifying drivers coming on out in full force to kind of put on a little show here at Daytona. Now, in order to get into the clash, it had to be a pole position somewhere in the race of, or I guess the season of Cup, Truck, and Lights. Any one of those, any pole, anywhere in that is a definite winner. That is how you get in, and here is how we are going to line on up. So we have a little bit of a mixed bag of lineup here because of the 8 drivers that are going to be running with us tonight. In fact, actually, I should probably load back into the lobby so you can kind of see who all is joining us. But from that, we have it's going to be up on pole. Bassbuck is going to line up right behind him. It's going to be Mike there in P4, Tomboy, and then after that, it's going to be a Xander, Nathan, Agent Orange, and then UK with Baseball Kid bringing up the field. So we will see how that's going to work on out here. Liam, what's going on right here? Bass will lag out. Well, we're going to have to find on out because they are going to do our pace lap right there. It's going to be 20 laps. The best of well, I guess the 8 drivers that are going to be racing here. That was one of the original. Did you guys know that the original Clash was actually 20 laps? It was literally just a sprint. But yeah, these guys are just kind of doing a pace lap in order to get in position. So after they get everything all set, looks like we're coming off of turn 4. There we go. Like I said, some drivers are in their new positions, some are not. So we have the 21 there of Tomboy, who's coming from Sportsman. Basically, all the drivers that are not in the Cup Series are in the Sportsman side, and that's only 2 of them, which is very strange if you think about it. But yes, there are a lot of drivers here that are looking to make their mark here into this, and you can actually see right there, Bass is already asking for a 3-wide start. Well, I can guarantee there's going to be some 3-wide action here later on here in a little bit. But yes, it's only going to be 20 laps here, and with the fuel window here, we're going to be looking at a one-stopper, depending on how short this field is, honestly. 8 drivers, we are looking at a really close strategy race. You guys are looking at potential for one stop. Honestly, there may be a couple people that are going to try the no-stopper. That's ideally what these guys want to do. Be spotting for both Xander and Bass. Well, that's going to be a very easy job for you because both of these drivers are going to be in a good scenario here. So it looks like Tomboy here in the 21. Looks like the Forest Cyber's actually lagging right there. So we'll have to watch out for that. But yeah, definitely some new drivers in new spaces here. Some returning to their old roots, like the 18 of UK. Originally being in the 18, he in season 0 and he's returning there for season 2. The Forest Cyber though going to be coming back into the coming back into his own here with number 4. Different numbers in different places. The 21 of Tomboy Swerve Urbans. Look at that. The 10 of Baseball Kid getting a little bit antsy right there in the back, but you know, no harm, no foul. Everyone's going to be running pretty close going into this clash. But yeah, this is going to be so much fun. It's season 2, and this is exactly what we're going to be looking at here. So a lot of these guys are just essentially just going to be looking to get their feet wet. Yeah, Baseball Kid, perfectly fine. He did not lose the draft at all. But yeah, it looks like the 88 of WRX Mike, the lone driver for PMR, already trying to make some moves happen, but I don't know if the timing is right there. You can see that UK has already moved his way into the top spot, but automatically maybe get kicked out of line right there. Actually very kind of to let Tomboy back in right there. But yeah, we have a bunch of these guys coming back up. There's Baseball Kid coming on through. WRX Mike having to go to the rear, and just like that is going to be a single file freight train right here, right now, unless the 18 wants to make something happen. Nothing quite yet. The 74 wants to go and make something happen, but it looks like no one else does. And yeah, like I said, a little bit of NASCAR trivia right here. The original line of Clash, or I guess at that point, it was is driver number one. Totally, if we're using F1 terms, of course. Then yes. Well, Xander is also the number one. Literally, he's driver number one. So looks like as everyone kind of goes on through right here, everyone is just trying to get their feet wet. These laps are just gonna just tick on by. 20 laps, basically after they took the green, because basically the first pace lap in order to get in position was a freebie. These guys are looking to get into a good position right here. So essentially 20 laps right here. The 21 of Tomboy, maybe gapping himself a little bit, trying to make a little bit of a run at the Forest Cyber. But yeah, definitely, you do not want to be the leader here. Without a doubt, especially with a fuel race, something like that, you do not want to really close the gap. But you can see that the one try to go to the high side. He's going to get a little bit of help from the 74 of Bass, but there's going to be a little bit of three-wide action, and the 74 is actually going to clear the one, so excellent work from the 74. The 88 is going to get a little bit dicey. Oh my goodness me, the 74 getting super dicey back there. Getting into P4, despite there only being 8 drivers on track, there is a lot of swinging and dancing and schmooving and grooving. We have, looks like the 74 making the most moves right there, going from the literal front to the back. The 18's kind of weighing up a little bit, because that 74 is going to be really goosing the throttle right here. He is building the run, and he is, I thought he was going to make the move, but I guess not. The 18, though, is going to make the move going into turn 1, so that 18 is going to be leading that high side with the 74, and the 1 is going to be right behind him. Make that the 88, so that is going to be 4v4 down there, but the 4 with the mean block right there. The 74 getting a little bit of antsy right there, and the 4 again with the block. The 21 is going to be a little bit out of sorts. The 88 is going to be spinning, and we have a back. We have 2 cars there in a little bit of a row. Is that going to be our first caution of the race? Yes, it is. Oh my goodness me. Well, essentially, if you weren't worrying about fuel now, you don't have to worry about it anymore, so we'll have to see how that's going to work on out. But yeah, it looks like the 88 just nowhere to go. Came on down, and of course the 10 kind of schlapped right there. Came back up, and that is all she wrote. But yeah, 3 wide there on that backstretch. So everyone is getting all antsy, ready to go. And yeah, we'll have to see how the rest of this race unfurls. Because if I'm counting my my laps correctly, this is already coming up on halfway right there, and there we go. So it looks like the Forest Cyber is going to retain the lead. I think everyone pit. Actually, no, a few people pit. Some people didn't. So you can see that the 74 back there didn't. It looks like maybe took rights. He was definitely not P2 when that happened. So let's go on back on board with the 1. Right in front of him is the 8 of Nathan. He actually won the first season clash there in season 1. Dead heat back here. Who's going to be the Swervin' Irvins right here? You don't want to be side drafting too harshly here, because especially when like I said, I call him Swervin' Irvin just like that. That is how you get a little bit antsy. The 74 going into a little bit of a tailspin right there. The 74 being put into the sucker hole. And just like that, the 8 moves up to the lead. And the 74 is now the caboose on the outside train. However, they are being outweighed down there on that bottom side. It is make that 5v3 on the top side. So that top side is going to get swallowed up quick, fast, and in a hurry. And you're going to be looking for that bottom to be quickly making a move forward. But again, the 74 Bass wanting to make it a little bit 3 wide situation. I like where his mindset is at. However, the 4 is doing a great job, and that is actually we have a very interesting position here. There's only one organization with multiple drivers in this race, and that is Mopawa. The 4 and the 18 are currently the only drivers in the same organization. Everyone else is basically by themselves. The 74 with the big moves. Oh my goodness. The 74 of Bassbook absolutely making the moves. Unfortunately, just no one's going with them. So he's quickly finding himself that he is a man all by himself right now. Now, that doesn't mean that people have seen, I should rephrase, that he is all by, he's the one that's willing to make moves. He just needs someone to go with him. So really, it just comes down to that. So we have to see how this is going to work on out here, to see if he can make his way forward. Because now he's the caboose on this train out of this 8-driver party. The 88 though is going to try to do the same thing. He's going to Omega side draft the 18 right there. It's going to have a little bit of help though from the 1 and the 74. But again, 5v3 on the bottom and just nowhere to go. The 21 and the 4 are very happy being where they're at, but the 10 looks like a little bit of contact coming off the 4. No harm, no foul. So looks like he will not have to worry about that. But yeah, definitely the moves are being made, but just not enough momentum to go along with it. You can see that there are some drivers that are trying to lay on back a little bit. Basically, I'm looking at the 8 and the 10 right here. Basically, these guys are just kind of going with the flow. The 74, ooh, a little bit of a checkup right there. Thank you, Sign, for blocking our view from there. That puts the 1 all the way in the back. And yeah, like I said, you can see the run being made or being formed right there. The 8 is basically kind of brake checking the back of the field, and now he's going to be full throttling it to try to get a good run coming off of turn 2. But I don't know if it will be enough. The 18 is doing a really good job of really maintaining it, and as well as the 1 being on the outside, I don't know if there's going to be enough. The 8 is going to fake going to the outside. The 10 is going to have to just kind of check it back up. The 74, nowhere to go. The 88 is going to be back there. Just very poor timing because the 1 was on the outside of the 10. He couldn't make the move. So, meanwhile, like I said, the 21 of Tomboy absolutely just wonderful job just maintaining where he's at. But the 74 though, look at that run, just no one is going with him. He's just being outpaced there on the bottom, and then he does that little hopscotch maneuver and in order to kind of gain some places. We've seen that in real life. Most of the time in real life, it's people run the top and they just kind of island hop their way through the field. Nowhere to, really for these drivers to go. You can see that the 8 car is trying to build a gap, and that 18 has to realize that that's coming. We're going to have to see what the 18 is going to do, because he is breaking his way back up to that 8, and essentially he's just going to try to beat him to the punch with that block, and a little bit too late on it. But that 8 has no help. Meanwhile, there we go. A little bit of high side maneuvering right there. It's going to be 4v3. Where is the 88 going to go? Is he going to kind of fall on in with the... Oh, no! The 4 gets moved to the outside. And just like that, that was 3 wide right there at the line. The 4 is going to be side by side. And with that, oh my goodness, high maneuvering by the 21 and the 8 in order to get past that. The 1 down on the bottom, the 18 all the way through, making his way through there. The 21, a tomboy, making his presence known, saying that, you know what, I'm not just a follower anymore, now I am the leader. Now all he needs to do is just maintain this. I wish I knew how many laps this had left, with the 8 getting kicked out of line, and unfortunately I think that maybe his chance is over right there. I'm not quite sure what happened. Maybe a little bit of contact back in the pack, but the 18, oh my goodness me, being kicked out of line, and now the 18 is going to be crossing the line as the new leader. The 21 down on the bottom, no one wants to go with him. Everyone running the top side, and now the 1 trying to get below the 18, but the 18 beating him to the punch. Now the 18 of UK is now the leader. The 1 of Xander is going to try to put the swoop and whoop it right on him. I don't know what I just said right there, but yeah, you can see that this is now a 7-person race. That 8 car, very unfortunate from him, out of this clash. So looks like the 1 is going to try to put his nose kind of below the 18, kind of put him a little unaware, saying, hey, you know what, I want to get down there. The 88 going to the outside, going to try a side draft, but no, I'm going with him. The 10 is going to be more than happy just staying on the bottom right here. I can only imagine it's going to be, oh, but the 10 is going to get kicked out of line. The 4 is going to check on up. And that actually may be the best news for the 10. He just needs to kind of just check on up a little bit. He can actually get a good run here. What can he do? Going off a turn 2, is he going to go to the high side? No, he just tucks on in. Oh, I would have taken it, honestly. I would have, knowing that this is only 7 cars deep right now, I would have definitely just went to the outside to see who would have went with me. But with only so many laps left, we're going to be seeing, well, I guess the true test on if it's going to be the white flag or not when these guys start backing on up. So right now, we're not seeing a whole lot of backing up from the field right here. The 18 doing an excellent job leading this pack so far. Very, very heavy-handed from all these guys up here, trying to just really gap themselves. Oh, but the 10 gets kicked out of line right there. The 4 is Cyber. Oh, gets kicked out of line right there. Fancy maneuvering from those guys. The 10 being a little aggressive, getting back in line, but overall, no harm, no foul. The 21 of Tomboy, though, trying to just basically just rock and roll with that podium place right there. The 1 of Xander, though, kind of just really okay with just sitting behind the 1 in the 18, or sorry, the 18 right there. But the 88, though, you can tell is really getting antsy. The 74, I can only imagine, is much more antsy than him. Liam, could you actually let me know how many more laps is left in this race, please? That would be fantastic, since you're spotting for both Xander and Bass. But yeah, Bass is going to the top side right there, nowhere to be had. Looks like the 4 is building up a gap right here, so I don't think this is quite the white flag. If anything, it's probably 2 to go. So yeah, you can see that the 4, yeah, is indeed building a gap. What can the 10 do? Honestly, his best chance is probably just to goose the throttle a little bit, kind of brake check a little bit. The 88, though, building that run, but so is the 21 and the 10. You can see that the tension is building right here, and I can only imagine this may be a last lap pass. The 4 goes to the outside. The 21 was attempting to block, but there is nowhere to be had. It is going to be a 4v3 right there, and the 4 is going to be there on the high side. He just needs to get a little bit closer, side draft a little bit, kind of get everyone on back. But the 74 dips out of line. It's going to go back down to the bottom. The 10 is now going to be in 4th place with Bass being there in P5. Cyber, unfortunately, is going to have to drop to the caboose on this train. And you can see that the 1 trying to build a gap, but no one's going with right now. The 21, though, trying to go with it, but gets kicked out of line. He's got to block this heavy run by the 10. The 10's going to go to the high side. The 1's going to go to the high side as well. It's going to be a side-by-side finish right there, and I do not know who won. That was a photo finish, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know who won. We're going to check out Discord for that, because I don't know who won right there. That was a photo finish. Excellent work by these drivers here. But coming to the white flag, everyone was doing everything exactly what they... oh my goodness, I can't imagine. It looks like UK is our winner in that 18. I can't imagine how close that was. But excellent work by these guys, and we'll have to get our top 3 up in here to see what they have to say about that, because despite only being 20 laps, that was pretty fancy flying right there. So let's get our top 3. Let's go. So I apologize. Give me 1 second. I will be right back. All right, so we got our podium up here. So to kind of go off of what I was saying, so the photo finish at the line was by 5 1,000ths in favor of UK. So with a .167 as opposed to Xander's .172. 5 1,000ths of a second. That is insane. That is not... Actually, that is, I think, our closest MRL finish that we've ever seen. Very, very tight. Tomboy, though, P3, Baseball Kid, P4, WRX Mike, P5, Bassbuck, P6, Cyber, P7, and then Nathan being the only driver that got kicked out of line. We saw that happen. But yes, it was one of those things that, despite only having 8 drivers, it was a lot of fun to watch. So let's, of course, begin with our P3 finisher here. Tomboy, making the choice to go from sportsman, from lights back to sportsman, you're essentially was looking for podiums. Well, I'll tell you what, in this exhibition race for the start of season 2 proper, you found one. So, despite being 8 drivers deep, there's a lot of moves and a lot of competition out there. How do you feel?
I feel good. I'm a little bit bummed. I was hoping that being third there at the end, I could transition that to a win if the top 2 killed each other, which I was not hoping for or anything. And I'm happy with the result. I feel a little bit bad that I kind of probably hurt the outside line's chances. I know Bassbuck and some of them were trying to make a last-second run, and obviously keeping 3 on the inside line at the front was going to deter them from making any progress. So, as I said, and as you said, good start to the season. Podiums is a big thing, especially running against a field of mostly Cup guys. Yeah.
Well, Tomboy, you were leading at one point. Let's not gloss over that. You were leading this clash for a hot second right there. Now,
Literally a hot second.
Well, and by that I mean you were there for a good solid 2-3 laps, which if we span it over the entire clash distance is a good basically 10th of a race. It's a good chunk. Anyway, but you were perfectly okay, kind of just riding right there, and then all of a sudden you got to the lead. Were you expecting the 18 to make the move when he did, or no?
Am I surprised? No, not really. He had a great run. He was able to take advantage of it. Xander followed him, and they made it work to clear me. So, I'm not bitter or anything, but I was hoping they might have followed me for another 4 or 5 laps. I mean, yeah, they made the move. It was smart. They played it well. I really didn't feel like I was in a position to block it, and I really don't want to risk pissing off any Cup guys. So, yeah, I thought it was early, but it was well executed. So, they got me.
Well, there we go. Well, I'll tell you what. Already setting your season off on a high note right there. Now, again, you earned your way into this race, and we'll have to see how the sportsman side goes, especially with this Monday being the preseason race at Auto Club. Maybe potential podium right there. That's, like I said, that was your goal. So, Tomboy, excellent job, P3.
Appreciate it.
All right, so I know this, but the audience watching this doesn't know that. Xander, you were absolutely livid that you got P2 right there. But I'll tell you what, though. That was a photo finish. I had no idea who won that. By 5/1000ths of a second, unfortunately, you finished P2. Now, kind of the inverse of what I was talking about with Tomboy. You in UK made that move around the 21, and it just slid on in perfectly. Was that choreographed? Was there communication there, or was that just kind of spur of the moment?
No, definitely not. You think I'm gonna help this guy out? No, I'm kidding. So yeah, just had a really good run. I helped the outside lane. I remember it was 8th. I helped the outside lane, and then Brandon got put in the wall, and it was 3 wide. Nathan made the move on the inside and made it 3 wide. So I decided to fall in line and stay 3rd. And then it was so broken up that UK decided to go to the outside, and I said to myself, I have a better shot of winning the race in 2nd than I do in 3rd. So I made a move, and I hate it for Tom that I did that, but still, all in all, great racing with these two. Great racing with the field, and I tried to make a move at the end, and it almost worked out for me. I didn't want to hit him, but I did want to hit him. I wanted to wreck him. But no, it's just for fun. So I'm happy to get 2nd place and just have some fun at Daytona. But I hate that I finished 2nd to this guy, to UK. If it was to Tom, I would have been happy.
I was surprised you went with me and not him.
Well, I win. I'm surprised I did too. I just thought the situation. I was like, maybe if he hits the apron, I don't know. I just went out of instinct. But thanks to GMI, thanks to DEI as well. We got an alliance now, so Good racing with Nathan and Baseball Kid. Brandon had fun out here, which was he didn't know he was racing until I called him at 8:50. So, and then who else do I have to thank? My mom. Thank you, Jesus. I guess I'm pulling the Ty Gibbs card. And that's it. Thank you.
Well, let's kind of shift our focus now into next week. Of course,
Oh
one
yeah.
brand new thing that we're doing now for this upcoming season is the duels. So next week is, of course, the duels. Of course, pole position gets locked in. Same thing with P2. Does this, and I guess I'm going to ask the same question with UK when I get there. Does this kind of set the stage for basically who you're going to be running with most of the 500, or and the duels, I guess,
Yeah,
by extension?
yeah. I think that from what you kind of saw here today is who it's a foundation of who you think is strong, a strong contender at super speedway racing. Obviously, we have some people in here that won't be in the 500 or in the duels, so it was good working with Nathan and Baseball Kid. I think they both were very strong cars. I think somehow in some way helping UK. Maybe you can push me to a win. So yeah, it was nice to see who you can work with. Obviously, the majority of the field are very good plate racers. So I'm never gonna be shy of working with like UK or Cyber. They're great talents and some other people as well. So we'll see what we can do. And GMI being a one car team this year, it's the number one driver, as Lane was joking about earlier. So I'm gonna have some fun with it.
All right, well, there we go. Xander, P2 to start off the Season 2 campaign, but we'll have to see how the duels go for you next week.
Yeah,
All right.
let's hope.
Now on to, I guess, literally, it's actually funny how this works out. I just need to move over one position because we have the Kurt and Kyle Busch show right here. UK, of course, you were meant to have two teammates, or two more teammates out there, I should say, in the form of Blakey T and Hunty. But it turns out you only needed Cyber, and even then, you only really needed Xander, apparently. So you started, I do believe, last or second to last, I do believe. What was that like marching through the field? Because that's a genuine question because I don't know how to do it.
Well, I mean, it was nice to pass half the field before the race started, so that helped a lot. And I got lucky and got to the bottom quick and just rode around the bottom until it all went crazy. I just stuck at the bottom. People was making runs and it was going nowhere. Then we went three wide and that wrecked the field. And then Xander was my teammate of the day and helped me push me to a win.
Well, I will ask the same thing because not only does this solidify your space in all future clashes, which is good,
Yeah,
but
because I can't
as
qualify with crap, so that
well,
helps.
yeah, I wasn't about to say it.
I was.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's why you said it.
Yeah.
But yes, this solidifies you for all future clashes, if I can talk today. That also, I wanted to ask you the same thing I asked Sander. How does this look for the duels now? Because obviously, with pole position and P2 going to be solidified after our mock qualifying, and then we have the duels. Does this kind of make your kind of open your eyes as to other opportunities, especially if Mopile gets separated?
I mean, yeah, a lot of people's good at plate racing here, like Xander said, and we'll work with whoever we can. Hopefully, we'll get all four of us up there, though. That's the goal. But just see who's good, and Mike will be good, and all of them, whoever their team name is. I don't even know what their team name is, but they'll be good. Xander will be
PMR,
good. PMR, yeah. All three of them will be good.
the Shade. By the way, I don't even know their name.
I knew it was something, but I knew GMI. I knew he had a team, but I couldn't think of what the team name was.
Well, there we go.
But we'll just have to see next week.
So yeah, with that, we are going to close on out for tonight. Excellent job. Despite only having 8 drivers, there was a lot of moves being made, a lot of 3 wide racing. Yes, we did have that one caution, but there was some perfect racing out there, and that doesn't set the stage for the duels and then the ultimate 500. I don't know what will. I'm very excited for season 2 proper. Congratulations, UK, for the win. Xander P2, Tomboy P3. Excellent job, gentlemen. And we'll see you guys on Monday for the preseason race at Auto Club for sportsman side of things. Couple guys had their fun. Now it's time for the truck guys to see and what they can do. So, yeah, with that, have a good night, everyone. Peace.
Peace.